Well, welcome to the lull. That is the end of Season 1, a tumultuous start to MLB 24's gaming cycle. Was it good? Was it bad? We're going to try to review all of it, and I'm going to be honest. I think my opinion is going to be a little bit different than a lot of the stuff I've heard going into this week, but ultimately I'm going to try to put everything that I can into this and make it sound concise, easy, and hopefully understandable as possible because, nuance. All right, so with all that, let's get into this thing, the mess that is MLB The Show Season 1. So again, we're going to be starting off here. Let me turn this off. So looking back behind me, you see everything kind of starts essentially on the 7th. Today's the 5th recording this. It's going up on the 5th. So everything is kind of in a wait. We're in a giant waiting period until the 7th, which is 2 days from now. So again, the best thing I can tell you to do right now is if you're kind of close to the next threshold, get it done. If you're grinding, you're playing the CPU or doing something like that, use some core cards, kind of get the cards you want to use going into next season to start off with pretty good. Get some parallels on them, boost their stats a little bit and all of that. So you're kind of you're going to be ahead of the game. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure we're ahead of the game and we got a good step forward on the season. We want to be a little bit ahead of some of these other guys, We want to be the players who think forward, not think backwards. So let's start off here with I don't know what. I shouldn't say I don't know what. Let's start off with what they showed yesterday. This is the first sort of glimpse of this for Season 2. I'm sure we're going to get more stuff today, going into tomorrow. Not going into tomorrow. Today, today and then into Thursday. I don't know. They usually show a lot, and they haven't necessarily showed. They haven't shown a lot, at least not yet. At least to this point, not so much. But ultimately, this is interesting because we don't know anything about him, and I'm stalling because I'm trying to put the source in. But what they did show, and they showed this yesterday, was they showed us the good old. Let me show you here. They showed us this. They showed us the captain cards for this upcoming season, and it is Giancarlo Stanton, Rafael Devers, Luis Castillo's the pitcher, and Corbin Carroll. We don't know what the boosts are, but these are it, and they're all 88. And this brings me to my first point of this video here, of sort of the reminder of what this is, and that is we can't open and close Pandora's box. And the reason why I'm talking about it and calling it Pandora's box is because the last 4 weeks we've had essentially 99s. Like looking at the squad here, let's bring it back in here. Looking at our squad here, let me get rid of this. Looking at our squad, this team is full of 99s. You got 99 Jurickson Profar, 99 Willie Mays, 99 Larry Walker. I'm only using the core Lou Gehrig strictly for parallel purposes only. 99 Freeman, 99 Brian Roberts, 99 Mookie Betts. I'm using prime Tony Perez for reasons. 99 Gunnar Henderson, 99 Hunter Renfroe, 99 Brad Miller. I use Lou Brock speed. 99 CC, 99 Imaga, 99 Wood, 99 Giolito, 99 Alcantara. The only thing we didn't have a lot of 99s in was the bullpen, which is normal. But you see my point. We were at 99s, and from Friday, we're going to be looking at something kind of like this, right? Like this is a team that I could be bringing in. Look, it's 85s across the board. Yeah, they're supercharged right now, but 85s, they are 85 boosted cards. And with the captain boost, I mean, this is what we're probably going to be seeing, right? Like this is ignore the bullpen. I will deal with the bullpen. We'll get to it. But that's what we're going to be seeing, right? We're going back to this. We're going back to the low diamonds. We're going back to, if we were to reset our roster here and put in a minimum and maximum overall, let's set this to 85, and let's say the highest right now is probably 93, I think. No, it wouldn't be 93. Let's say 92, right? So this is what we're going to head back towards. We're heading back towards this set, right? Where cards like Live Series Ohtani, Live Series Trout are going to be good. And mind you, we're really only looking at core cards. So this is sort of what we're looking at to begin with, right? We're going back to this stage of the game, which is a problem and an issue, and it's been the biggest issue I've had since for this model. And realistically is you can't open and close Pandora's box at will. That is insane. You can't do it, and we're doing it. We did it. Last year, I didn't think was as bad because you sort of had like this wean period. But last year, the biggest issue was 99s were available at the drop. That's not good, because all it really did was it gave players who spent and paid this wide field against everybody else who didn't. Now, do I think that's ultimately an issue? No, I don't think it is. If you want to pay to win and you don't want to do it and you want to just get the cards now, hey, that's perfectly fine. That is your prerogative. You do it. If that's you, that's fine. I don't necessarily agree with it, but hey, that's you. That is what you want to do. I haven't put a set in this game in a couple years, and I haven't been happier. I mean, look, does it sometimes feel like I'm getting beat with a ball peen hammer? Yeah, sometimes that's how it feels. But it's more fun because I don't mind the grind. I don't mind the work to get something that I can use. That's just me. It's fine. I'm used to it. I am fine with it. Just give me stuff to do. But this is where we're headed. You can't open Pandora. That's the first thing. You can't open and close Pandora's box at will. Number 2, and this one's kind of a weird point because I've gone back and forth on this because I think this is an interest. To me, this is the most tumultuous thing that we have, and that's just the way programs have gone. Now, really, when I look at programs, and I've talked about this prior, that at least from what I recall, apart from the awards drops now, the different rewards or programs were kind of on par where we were last year. But I want to say going into Season 1, Season 2, I think there were 1 or 2 programs that dropped day 1. So I don't know if they're going to do that again and be like, hey, here's an all-star program. It wouldn't be an all-star program. But they had like the kaijus, the kaiju thing, and then the alter ego thing, where you got some cards. So I don't know if they're going to do that again, but in terms of the program stuff, was it great? It was fine. The biggest comment and the biggest issue I think we kind of had was the way they started early was they should have just given you one pack, a free pack, because again, my biggest thing is, hey, give people a chance to spin the wheel on these premium packs. It doesn't have to be all the time, but like in Conquest maps, hey, throw it in there. I mean, I don't think it hurts, but I don't know if that was just because, hey, the game's new, we're not going to be doing that just yet. Now that they have it, they totally can. It is what it is. I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, you're an SDS shill. No, I'm just trying to make the point of it's harder when things are new. Why? Because they don't have a log. I mean, they knew what they were doing. I assume. I couldn't tell you. You understand what I'm saying. That was the program. Were the programs light outside of it? I mean, you had 1, 2. You had that weren't Season 1 related explicitly. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 programs in 90 days. Look, again, I'm not trying to defend them. I'm not trying to even remotely say what they did was right or wrong. I'm not. I think anything power crept is really difficult. I think sometimes it's not worth it. But in terms of like where we were comparatively, we were on pace. I don't know if that if that's how it really is, but that's how it felt. And I think the biggest detriment to this was in the pack shop when you bought packs was this could have been a program. Now, a home stretch could have been you could have gotten like one of the ones where it's like, hey, you can pick one. Now, the funny part is, and I didn't see this, but I heard another video that they're saying like these were all going to be $30K, which I thought was rather odd because this pack right here is a guaranteed 99. There isn't, I don't think you were going to get a 99. All the cards in Homestretch 3, I want to say were legitimately fully 100% 99 guaranteed that you were going to get for 45K. Now again, would you buy this? Would I buy this pack now? Absolutely not. You're sitting, if a buy now is 55. A sell now is 46. You're burning stubs there, and they're good for 2 days. Same thing with this one. This one only had 2, and again, I don't think these cards are expensive. You're lighting this one. You're making 2. If you were to buy it and get Chris Bryant and sell it, you're making a whole 220. You're making 20K or 2,000. And then here, I don't know what you're making here if you were to get it. Yeah, you're you're losing stubs 2 out of 3. I wouldn't do it. The Marcelo Zuna getting this at the back end was nothing short of hilarious to me, for reasons. We all know the reasons. That was hilarious. That was legitimately hilarious to me. So take that for what it's worth. And again, it's just, do I think? And then I heard somebody else make the comment. They're talking about, and then they had a flash sale. Look, the reason why they did a flash sale, and if I don't mean to. When I say this, I'm not trying to say that this was the reason, but I'm going to say they did. Were they trying to feed on the FOMO? Yes, they were definitely trying to feed on the FOMO, because they didn't want people to miss out on getting a Mays, Satchel Paige, or George Brett. I got one. I took Willie Mays. Like, the thing is, you can always come back and get more season 1 cards. That's not gonna change. Okay, okay, I was doing that later on in the year when those prices dropped. Hey, go pick up some season 1 cards. They're gonna be probably pretty cheap until season 4, if you want to do that. Because here's the thing. Let me explain this now, and let me get this out of the way. There's going to come a point where you're going to have live series done, and once live series done, if you're a free-to-play player, you know what that means? You can buy the cards you want. It doesn't have to be this focus anymore on getting live series done. You can go back and fill up your binder and kind of get those cards, because in season 4, guess what? It's going to be a free-for-all. So go back and make sure you're doing that. But focus on stuff now. Focus on the core collection. Save up stubs to get the live series cards, and not worry about the packs. Get that done, and then guess what? When you're done, they're still gonna be there. They're not gonna be thrown out. They're in the market. They're probably gonna hold or not, if not drop. That's all you have to. There's really not that big of a worry. And plus, too, generally, if it goes by last year, the next couple will be a little bit easier, because they're gonna be making more live content and more stuff. If it follows the same pattern, it might not. Okay, so we covered the packs, the content, and the stuff. Okay, let's talk about this. And I swear to God, if I see one effing comment about where I'm at in this, I'm going to cry. Okay? Y'all have been effing warned. Okay, so when it comes to this, I don't necessarily know if this needs to be reworked. I'm going to be playing more today and tomorrow. I think I get why they didn't do double XP all week. I think they should have, but getting to 1 million took forever. And I know. I missed basically every double XP weekend, because they did it on days of the weeks than that I was busy. But ultimately, if they make this easier or do something, and they said they were, I said in an earlier video, and I'll link it, I'll pin it somewhere, was why don't you just, instead of making it the grind harder, shorten the content, and just sort of put boss packs in segments, so you're not in the chunks, so you're getting more, but you're still kind of swaying them, because sort of mitigating and gatekeeping is kind of stupid. But if they do make this a little bit easier, I think it'll be fine. I've never been one to care about the effing loop. Like, the stuff that is worth it, like vault packs and live series plus 90s and chase packs, I don't know what the odds of even getting those are, but if they make that easier, I've talked about that at length. I think that's fine. Team Affinity, this would be here's my actual solution for this, and I don't know if this is a good one or a bad one, but this is my solution, and it's pretty simple. For season 2, if they want to make this a dubski and a win, here's what I would do. Pretty simple. Increase the cards from 30 to 60. Give each do henchmen back in the do henchmen again. It doesn't have to be captains, but you can make another low diamond card to get. If you want to put points on it for XP, you can put points on it for XP. Sort of take what we did for 23. Just don't put it captains. I'd rather have it be core, one set. I don't want to deal with 60,000 captains to get it, because here, this is sort of kind of going off of it. This would be my solution for this when you go to collections, because here's what I would suggest. This is just my personal opinion. No one has to listen to me. But the first card you could get here for this collection was 280. I would drop this to one. How do I put this? I think one of these packs should be done if you just do all your team affinity. So if we got 60 cards, that's 60 times 3. That's what, $180, right? So it'd be this. It'd be $180 or maybe 200. Let's round it up to make it 200, right? Again, this kind of mitigates the whole like gatekeeping of things. So I couldn't tell you if it would work, but I do think that you should get a premium card from just doing your grinding. I think the time you put in is warranted of something. Granted, I think I'm like at 290 or something right now. I think, is that where I'm at? I don't know. I think I have everything. Auto select. I'm at 286. So I mean, like, I'm not, if I finish stuff up, we'll be fine. But I do think that there should be some sort of like, you should get one pack, I think, quote unquote, for free by doing team affinity and doing your programs and stuff. I don't know what that number would be. I just say if you give out 60 cards, 60 times 3 is $180. If you do all the programs, let's say it's another 20. I guess 200 would be around it if you're doing all the free stuff or something. I just think you shouldn't have to be buying packs and spending money to get one of those. But again, I'm not a game dev. I'm just a game player. I complain a lot, but I do think that would be a good thing, because then at least you're getting one. You're getting one, and if you have to come back, guess what? You come back and finish it. But I think that about wraps it up. I think season 1 ultimately was a mess. I don't think sets and seasons are the problem. I think the biggest problem is when you open Pandora's box, you're trying to close Pandora's box. I think that's the problem. And I don't know if there's necessarily a middle ground. Maybe the best way to do it isn't so much sets and seasons. Maybe the best solution, and you can clown me if you want, I think the best solution isn't so much removing entire cards and saying, well, these cards aren't usable. If you're going to do the power creep, maybe just be like, hey, for the first 3, and creep it every season. Like, for the first week, you can use any cards that are 85 to, from 50 to like 93 or whatever. Let's say 93. And then it's like 93 to 97, and then it's a free-for-all. If you wanted to do that, I think that's better, because then you're not losing cards you're just getting time into. You can get them, and you just have to wait. Is that a good solution? Not really. But ultimately, I think it's a better one than just being like, we're going to hard reset everything. And I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. We got season 2 coming out in a couple days. I assume we're excited. I'm indifferent. All I've seen is negative stuff. But again, if they ruin the All-Star break stuff, then we'll have problems because of NCAA. But again, that's about a month away. So let's cross our fingers that everything goes well, and we can smile, have a good time, and it's double XP to start. Yay! But all that being said, my name's Specs. I'll see you guys all in the next one.